So I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to get it. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and go to your browser, type in Inkscape, and then go ahead and download it. So you can just click on download over here, and it's available for all the platforms. So more than likely you want Windows. If you're on Linux, it's very simple to install as well. So but assuming you're on Windows, just click on this and then just go ahead and install it. Very simple installation process. I'm not gonna walk you through that. So assuming you already installed it, this is what you get. It's a blank canvas, and basically all you would do is I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to do some basic tricks, something very simple. Now you can go ahead and start from scratch and be able to, like, for example, if you want text, you can just click on text over here and just type anything. So we'll say text something, text sample, right? And then you can just click on this arrow here, and that's to leave whatever you're working on. So we don't want to be inside the text anymore. We just want to be able to move around. So now to be able to make the text bigger, we can actually just drag it around and make it bigger. As far as the we can change the colors very simply. If you see here at the bottom, there's a ton of colors. So you can go through all these here, and let's say we want green, for example. So now you got a green color, but you don't have to choose all of it. You can choose, like, let's say you want just half of it. So you double click on this, and then this one here, we're gonna change to a different color. So we're gonna go with yellow. So now we got yellow and green. Okay, and of course you can change the what do you call it, the size of them if you want. So okay, so to be able to change the whoops, where did it go? Okay, so to be able to change the font size, this is called, you can just highlight the section that you want, or if you want the whole thing, of course you can just grab the whole thing. But let's say we just want this over here, and you can just come up here to the top, and if where it says normal, you can change it. But where it says over here where it says 1.7 something, if you hover over it, it'll say font size. So we can change that. So let's say 22 is very tiny, so we don't want that. So let's change it to 144. But you can, like, manually write if you want it bigger. For example, you want it to be 344. Okay, you can do it like that. Well, wait a minute, what happened here? Okay, let's do 344. Press enter, and there you go. So this one is way bigger. If you want to change the font types, for example, you can highlight this one, and let's say we want a different font. Now you got a ton of fonts, so if you know the name, you can just, I think you should be able to type it in here. So let's say Tahoma, for example. Okay, so there we go, we changed it. Okay, so that's a very simple way to mess around with the fonts and be able to create the fonts. However, this is very primitive. We probably don't want to do something like this. We want to go ahead and be able to grab some images and be able to edit those. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and grab I'm gonna go ahead and grab a image that I have. So you have two ways. You can just go ahead and go to file, open, for example, and this is the easiest way to start. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and grab this one here with this CentOS. Just click OK, and that's the image, and then you can resize it just by dragging it around. Okay, and that's it. Let's say we want to enter some text. Again, same thing, click on text and just enter in here the text, and that's it. And if you want to make the text bigger, just make it bigger like that. You want to change the colors, same thing applies. Just highlight whatever you want to change. Over here, you double click on it, and okay, there we go. Of course that doesn't look good, so I'm gonna make it red maybe. Okay, that looks better. Okay, and now the cool thing is, this is, still very primitive. You can do a whole lot, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you just the simple tricks. Now let's say we want another image, so but we want it inside. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to go to file and then import. Okay, and we're gonna grab big boy over here, and we're gonna bring him in. Click OK, and there we go. More than likely you want the other images to be transparent backgrounds, otherwise they're not gonna look too good. But we can always change the background to be we can always get rid of the background from the other image that you're importing if for some reason you don't have a PNG. So I'm not gonna show you how to do that on this one, but it's very simple to do. But anyways, so I'm gonna resize it, and I'm just gonna throw big boy in here, and then just there we go. Now, so let's say we want to go ahead and create some effects. So if you go to filters over here, and then you have a bunch of them. So if we go to overlay, for example, we're gonna choose garden lights, and there we go. Of course that doesn't look good, so if you want to undo, you just do Control plus Z and it's gone. Okay, so let's go ahead and try to choose another one that looks much better. So we're gonna go to filters, let's go to overlays, and let's choose something like let's do speckle. There we go. So we're gonna go with speckle here. So as you see, it very quickly you created something here. And let's say that you want an effect for the color as well. I mean for the fonts. Let's say we just want the same thing. Let's go to the overlay, let's go to speckle, and there we go. Okay, and let's say we want some kind of I don't know, something in the for the background image, because let's say it doesn't look too good, so you want to go ahead and add some kind of effect. So let's go and get some bevel effect here, and we're gonna use dark glass. Okay, and there we go. So you very quickly created, you know, something. You made something out of this image, and then the text, and then you added filters, and that's it. Okay, so now that you got that, we want to go ahead and export it. However, you know, if you go to file and then just save as, it's gonna go ahead and save it as a PNG. I mean, I'm sorry, not as PNG, it's a vector. And that's fine if you want to save it as a vector. More than likely you don't want to just do regular vector, you want to go with something like what is it called? Let me see if it's here. Optimize SVG. More than likely that's the one that you want, and that works better on the web. If you just go with the regular SVG, it's not going to work too well, so you want to go with optimized. However, more than likely you're not going to use a SVG unless that's the specific, you know, that you want. So then you can go ahead and use the SVG. But more than likely you want like a PNG. So to do something like that, just go ahead and first of all, we want to grab the whole thing. So we're going to go ahead and go with the page. Okay, so if you do some of these like drawing or whatever, it might not grab the whole thing. So it might just grab part of it. I'm not sure how that goes. I haven't really paid too much attention to that. But the easiest thing to do is just click on page, and then where it says export as, you want to go ahead and give it a name. So we're going to call this one testing, for example. Call it anything, and I'll just go ahead and save it on the desktop, and then just click on save. And as you see, the extension is a PNG. Okay, and then after that, you just want to go ahead and export it to the wherever you want a destination. So click on export. And as you saw, I mean, I don't know if you saw, but within a matter of seconds, it actually exported it. So now it's over here. And okay, so here it is. If we open it up with Paint, one thing I actually, what you want to do is you want to save it as drawing, not as page. Save where it says drawing. Okay, so that's it. That's the just the basics on Inkscape. You can mess around with it and be able to do a whole lot more. Like you can, of course. Like you can send maybe you want this, like, well, this doesn't make sense, but let's say you have different layers and you want to go ahead and put like one image on top of the other one, like maybe that doesn't make too much sense unless I'm showing you. But if you want to move around, like stack them on top of each other, you can actually do that. And basically that's, if you go to object, I think it's let me see, is it object or layer? Yeah, it's an object. So if you go to lower or raise lower, I think, no, yeah, raise to, is it raise to top? Let me see. Okay, so as you saw, the background one was raised to the top. So let me go ahead and click on it one more time. So this is how you can just so there you go. That now it got lowered all the way to the bottom. So that's when you're working with layers and you want to, like, you know, stack it correctly. So you can very simply do that with Inkscape. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I just wanted to show you this because Inkscape makes image editing very, very simple and very quick.